இன்றைய சாய் சித்ரா மாரத்தான் நிகழ்ச்சியில் இடம்பெறுகின்ற கலைஞர் நடிகர் ஆஷிஷ் வித்யார்த்தி. தமிழ், தெலுங்கு, கன்னடம், மலையாளம், ஹிந்தி, ஆங்கிலம் என 11 மொழிகளில் 250க்கும் மேற்பட்ட திரைப்படங்களில் நடித்தவர் ஆஷிஷ் வித்யார்த்தி. பல நூறு படங்களில் நடித்துள்ள ஆஷிஷ் வித்யார்த்தி இன்றைக்கு யூடியூப் தளத்திலும் பிரபலம். ஆஷிஷ் வித்யார்த்தி அஃபிஷியல் விளாக்ஸ் என்ற பெயரிலே அவர் நடத்துகின்ற யூடியூப் சேனலுக்கு பல லட்சம் ரசிகர்கள் நாடு முழுவதும் இன்று இருக்கிறார். இந்திய சினிமா உலகின் சூப்பர் ஸ்டார்களான அமிதாப் பச்சன், ரஜினிகாந்த் உட்பட எல்லா முன்னணி கதாநாயகரோடும் இணைந்து நடிக்கின்ற வாய்ப்பினை பெற்றவர் ஆஷிஷ் வித்யார்த்தி. வணக்கம்.
வணக்கம் சார். வணக்கம்.
I just want to know what made you to become an actor.
So I will speak, as they say, I'll speak the truth, nothing but the truth, you know. So to be honest, sir, I didn't know what to do in my life.
Oh.
Okay. As when I say that, what made me become a professional actor. So I wanted to take care of my parents. The cousins around me, you know, all very bright. Couple of cousins in IITs, some of them gold medalists in architecture and, you know, all those kind of things, doctors and everything. And here was I really struggling with academics, struggling with mathematics actually.
Oh.
So, and I had very old parents. My father was born in 1912. I was born in 1965.
Oh,
so
lot of difference.
Yes, a lot of difference. And my mother was born in 1929. So they were all very, very old. So as I grew up, I saw that my parents looked a lot like others' grandparents. So growing up, I had this fear that I have to take care of them. I have to find ways to take care of them. So for me, this was the profession. Now, I, of course, loved acting. That's why I used to do acting throughout. But if you ask me what prompted me to become a professional actor, definitely just wanting to earn a living to take care of my parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
How did you get the first chance in Hindi film?
So before Hindi films, you know, I mean, just to take you back to Delhi. So Delhi, the idea was to first to get a chance in a play itself. How do you get chance in a play? So I remember I was in college. I was in a college called Hindu College, Delhi University. Again, I got admission there thanks to theatre. Okay, because I didn't have otherwise the marks to get there. So as I was studying there, I wanted to do professional theatre. Because I knew that that is a great place for me
You
to
joined
learn.
a course also there.
Yes,
no?
at the National School of Drama.
Yes.
So when we entered that group, the group called Sambhav, you know, senior theatre people. So when I went down to join it, so for the first 1.5 years, I used to be the person for handling chai.
Oh,
get the
just
chai,
help them
yes,
out.
get the chai, get the sets in place, and do the lights, the costumes, get the script cyclo-styled. You know, remember earlier before photocopy, cyclo-styling used to be there.
Yes.
So I used to go and get cyclo-styling and get to drop actors because I had a bike. You drop them. And then a year and a half later, I got the first role. So that is how it continued. And then drama school happened, National School of Drama happened. And that's when I really said, now I have to, because my parents were still much, much older. My father had retired. My mother was retiring and she would take extension. So at the core of it was hunger, sir. You know, the hunger to do something. And I recall there was an auditioning happening for a film called Sardar. It was a film being made on Sardar Patel.
Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
That's right. So Ketan Mehta was directing it. So that's where you know, I was picked up as VP Menon, and that was my first break. But my first release was a film called
Drohkaal.
Drohkaal, yes.
Your first release could get you national award. How was that moment?
Oh, that moment was so there are, you know, imagine you're making your first film and suddenly you get national award. And I was shooting in a Filmalaya studio, and I get the phone call from Govind ji. They called me, I pick up the phone, you know, it was public call. They said that you won the national award. I didn't know what to do. And I was shooting there outside. So I said, okay, okay. Then Govindji said that you must come down, there's this mainland China, it's in Andheri East. You go and book that place, we'll have a evening party.
Oh,
So I said, okay. And then I put down the phone, and the rest of the day I was shooting, 2 hours. I was thinking, means how many people are going to come? Because I had never gone to mainland China, it was too expensive. So I said, party, what's going to happen?
how to manage?
How many people? So I kind of thought, then I finished the shoot and I sat on a bike, went to my dear friend Pradeep, I picked him up and we went down to mainland China. That was in Andheri East, and went in, and the manager was there. Nobody knew, so he said hello. I said, there's some get together this evening. He said, yes. I said, can you just keep that, reserve one table for us? So I calculated. I said, Mr. Govind Vidyarthi will come, I will be there, my friend will be there, and probably one more person. So I said four people, I booked one table. So 7:30 and I got ready and I was just sitting there, and Govindji walks in. He said, yeah, booked? I said, yeah. Where? I said, that table, sir. He looked at me, what table? Book this entire section. I said, section? I said, so I said, okay. So I went to the manager. I said, just book this section. Now I'm thinking, 4 people I was thinking how to pay for. Full section, so I'm just looking around. Now, 8:30 onwards, people started coming in. They are hugging me. Amrish ji is coming in. Nasir bhai is coming in. Om ji is coming in. Om Puri Saab is coming in. They're all coming in, hugging me, and everybody's ordering drinks, and they're having prawns, and all that. I'm thinking.
You were totally panic.
Panic? I'm thinking how many years I have to be washing dishes to pay tonight's meal. I'm looking at that. And then they're offering, what are you having? I said, no, they're saying, oh, you must be very excited. I said, yeah. I was trying to save as much money. I said, they said, take some fresh lime. I said, no, sir, today I just want a little warm water. So I'm just taking warm water, adding some lime and drinking. I don't know what to do. So those 2 hours were the most stressful. So the party is getting over, everybody's leaving. I build up the courage. I go to Govindji. And I said, Govindji, please, today, if you can pay, then, next. I'm just thinking in how much time I'll pay. I said, next a little time I will clear this. He looks at me, he says, it's my party, Ashish.
Great.
I said, it's your party.
Great.
He said, what? I said, please, I want to have some prawns. Now get me some prawns. I want to now have some prawns. And I want to have a couple of big drinks.
Drinks too.
Oh my God, can you believe it? I was just sitting here not having anything, telling people, no, I'm feeling full. I said, then. So when you, so there's an ironical part to it, sir, that when you, people think that you're very happy and, so I got the national award and I didn't have the money to even host somebody. And for years after that also, when you work in that kind of cinema with no money, so even though outside people are praising you that you're a very good actor and, but that, you're struggling to pay your rent, you're struggling to make sure that, you can somehow take care of your parents. So that's the irony of it. And I think that irony of, a performing artist is never lost. Irony of anybody who's in the public eye is never lost because people have a certain image about them.
Correct.
Okay, but they're going through their own stuff. So that part liberated me because I got that it is important to take care of yourself. Okay, and that's what I tell all people who begin their journey. Very passionate, but it's important to pay your bills. So therefore that you need to work for that because dreams need to be paid for.
How was it working with Govind Vidyarthi?
Oh, that was again a very interesting. See, you have certain understanding what acting is about. Okay, you trained at the National School of Drama. You've done many plays. You walk into it, and then Govindji is just his only direction to me was, don't think. I don't want fellows. Just go on, be. So it was a whole new way of acting, and that's what I've learned that over the years as I work with different directors, each of the directors, starting with Govindji, brings in a new way of making it real. And, we actors, we have to find ways to make the director like our performance. So many people, very recently, a young actor was telling me, "Sir, I'm trying to get into the skin of the character." Okay. So I said, my suggestion would be, try and get the okay take for the director because he knows what the character is. You're trying so many things, and he says, "No, it doesn't work." Then you get upset. Try to get what he wants in, and somehow that is what I've learned from Govindji. That's what I've learned going forward. In a film, when we are in a film, it's a director's medium. Okay, you may bring in something amazing, but the first test is, does the director like it or not?
Correct.
Because
True.
and because it's his vision. And so for me, learning from and I later on asked him. I said, "Govindji," because many people used to ask me, why did he give you the role? So one day I mustered up the courage and I asked him. I said, "Govindji, why did you give me this role?" He said, "I like the texture of your skin."
Ah.
He's being a cinematographer, he said that. I said, "Okay, thank you."
After that, you have worked a lot of films in Hindi. How did you feel in working in films?
So here is a part, sir. Acting is passion.
Ah, super.
And many people say that, "Wow, you're so lucky." So it's your passion and you're working that. But what happens is when your passion becomes your profession,
True.
something alters.
Blessed.
Yeah, it was no. So there's a catch to it. That's what I want to talk about. So when you're doing theatre, we are not getting paid, no money in Hindi theatre, but it was truly passion. But the moment the passion became a profession, now I saw the passion diminishing, the profession increasing.
Ah.
So even though everybody else is saying, "Oh wow, you're blessed," I said, "Yeah, I know I'm blessed, but it has now become from one project to the next project to the next project to the next project, dates, money, all that." So I could sense it that happiness of an actor, was diminishing. Even though everybody was saying, "Wow, you're so lucky." Yeah. I say, "Yeah, I'm lucky, but I'm noticing that I'm just becoming, yeah, let's do that, yeah, deliver. It becomes tuck. So that was a process which was an eye opener, and so my transition to Tamil cinema was that way interesting because so I was doing by that time, by year '99, I had done quite a few big Hindi films, very major hits. And then over a period of time, I was started getting the same kind of roles.
In Hindi.
Yeah, same kind of roles happening. And then the quality of roles started, diminishing. Degrading. Money is getting, but diminishing.
You are not comfortable or?
Yeah, they're making me do something gets clicked, everybody wants to do, and they're making me do that. Then the reviewers are saying, Ashish Vidyarthi is doing the same thing. What do you do? The reviewer, the director is giving you the same role, all that. So one day I was shooting in a place called Mud Island, and I remember it was some script it was, and we were doing it. And all of us very well-known actors. We are sitting, and the tea time, this young director tells me, "Ashish, you are a mind-blowing commercial film actor." I said, when this guy told me this, I went home and I said, I got to leave yesterday. Not today, yesterday actually. Because imagine he's giving me this, you're a mind-blowing commercial film actor. So he's like saying that, you're just... That is the time, sir, I started looking for work because I knew some amazing cinema happens in Tamil.
Oh.
And I recall that I just took a flight. I just came to Chennai, that was Madras. Just came here and I looked around and just met people, everywhere people. And that was again a very interesting eye-opener for me. So I came here, I met a lot of people. Some producers had known of me, some people I met. And believe it, I had about 8 films done by evening. Okay?
Super.
Yeah, 8 films done. So super, 8 films, done. I land back in Mumbai and you can imagine how happy I am. One day I shared it with a few friends that I got 8-9 films, done. And then second day, third day, first week, second week, third week, 2 months, 3 months, no phone call.
Oh.
That was the next eye opener. That there's a difference between a promise and a film. So, that
Promises were there, it was not happening.
8 films, not one from 8. I said, and then by then you said, okay. But something interesting happened, as I always felt. I had let the universe know that I wanted to do films in Tamil. So one day I was somewhere in Lokhandwala, and suddenly I get a phone, and Mr. T. Ramarao on the line. And he says, can you come down to Movie Tower in Lokhandwala? I said, sure, sir. He said, I want to tell you something. Come and meet me. Okay? I said, yeah, sure. So I reach Movie Tower. I walk up, he greets me and says, hello, how are you, Ashish? Yeah, very nice. I want to tell you something. I don't want you in my film, but I have a crazy director who wants you.
Oh.
It does me straight.
Oh.
I don't want a crazy director. His name is Dharani, and he wants you in the film. The name of the film is Dil. Okay? There's this actor called Vikram. You don't know him, but he's an actor. He's doing this film. And again, I don't want you in the film.
Again.
This crazy director wants you. I said, sir, sure. And then he said, listen, I'm not going to pay you any money for this. So I said, sir, then I will not work in the film. They said, of course, I was joking. I said, yeah, sir, I know you were joking. So we had a little joke and banter. And then he looked at me and he said, this is a good role. Okay, I still remember when Mr. Ramarao, in all his joke and everything, when he just said, this is a good role, Ashish. Acha role hai. I said, sir, I'm doing it, sir. And that's how Dil happened. And I came here and I met Dharani. That time he used to go under the name Ramani. And Dharani I met Vikram and Poonchand Rao sir I met, and Rama Rao sir. They were like, I could see Gopi, who was the cameraman. So I made some amazing friendships in that period. And so we made that film amidst tremendous challenges. But I'm very happy that I did that film then.
Super.
Because it altered my life from that point.
How was it working with Vikram in that film?
Amazing. Amazing because, again, as I said, that again, there was a lot of hunger where he was. As I was saying, that at the core of anything in life is hunger. And I could sense in Vikram there was a hunger to wanting to do something amazing. And it was a very small budget film, sir. Very small budget films. I remember there was a challenge even how to get a steady cam for a day.
Oh.
It was really that kind of a thing. So there was Vikram, there was Dharani, there was Gopi, who was a camp person. And all of us, we are hungry, we are wanting to do something amazing. It was for me a revelation because I had till then worked in Hindi, and this kind of a working style, fast, early, I was like amazed. But I loved it because I came from a background of theatre. Theatre time is money, okay? Theatre on time, you're always on time. So I loved the professionalism that was brought here. And it was the first time that I had the challenge of speaking another language when I didn't know the language. It just flashes in front of me. When my first schedule, I stayed at residency, okay, the old residency. And by the second schedule, there was something happened and I moved to GRT. And I think that was 99, 98 something, I don't quite remember, a little before that. Before that, in 97, 98. From then till now,
You're saying?
I only stay at GRT. They try to put me up in other, a little bigger name hotels. But I say no, in Chennai, it has to be GRT. So I made some amazing friendships since then. And I fell in love with Chennai and its weather. And do you know another very interesting thing? I was baptized by fire.
Oh.
Because I shot, it was a period of Agni Nakshatram. Okay, and I remember at the 100 feet road, the 100 feet road, there's one here.
Yes.
It was still being made at that point. Okay, there was construction and we were shooting there. And I remember Jayaprakash was there with me. We were sitting on this chair and the shoes there. And my soul is sticking to the road. It was so hot. I had never seen so much heat in my life, though I'm coming from Delhi. And And I told them what heat, and some people said that's Agni Nakshatram.
Wow.
Till then, Agni Nakshatram existed for me as a Maniratnam film. I said, this is Agni Nakshatram.
Now what?
This is, you feel it. So for me, it introduced me to the toughness that is required when you're involved in films. You know, many people think that film life is flush and this and that.
That's it.
And when they say like that, I said, yes, you're right. It is flush, but it is hard-working, tough, and flush.
How did you manage Tamil dialects? You were prompted in the set
Yes,
or what?
sir. Yes, sir. So again, see, in life you discover your strengths, and you also discover some things which are not your strengths. So I have discovered in my life that I have the ability to observe a lot of things and I translate them into characters. But I also discovered I'm not very good at languages. So across languages I take prompting. But if you notice very carefully, nobody will know that my lip is perfect. So I had to work so much harder, because even others, you know, when they're giving their cue, I may not hear them right because I don't know. So I take visual things and I kind of, you know, give my response. So it's been a huge learning thing for me, even as an actor, because for an actor, language is a key. And here I was coming into films and I was doing those major roles, and I did not know the language. So I would take prompting, I would speak the lines in English in my head. I still do. And I take the thing and I try and give that emotion. And I really think that there is no fixed way of delivering anything in life.
That's right.
And therefore, in this form also, I have evolved. I have grown into discovering my own style to manage when I don't know the language. And the extreme generosity of Tamil cinema has never lost on me, sir. So I'm deeply, deeply grateful, because Tamil cinema gave me those amazing roles when the world was not giving me those roles. so I'm absolutely indebted to.
Your first South Indian cinema was in Kannada, am I right?
Yes, sir. It was a film
With
called
Shivaraj
AK-47. AK-47. Yes. But there I spoke all the dialogues in Hindi.
The role itself was like that.
Yes. So AK-47 was my first film, and
Then you managed to do Telugu films, right? Before Tamil?
no, my first thing after that was there. So actually, you know, I must tell viewers one thing. Sir is better researched on me than I am. So he's asking me some questions. I'm saying that okay. After AK-47, no, sir. I'm very clear. You know, I did a film called Papena Pranam. I think you're right, sir. Maybe I'm just thinking with Chakri.
Yes.
Probably Papena Pranam happened before Dil.
Your second film was with J.D. Chakravarti, am I right?
Yes. What is this, sir? Sir, you have done more research on me than I know. So I've got terrible this thing. Yeah, J.D. Chakravarti, we did this film called Papena Pranam. Ramana was the director.
Yes.
But you know, I have a feeling, sir, I was shooting that film around the same time that I was shooting Dil, if I'm not mistaken.
Super.
There could have been, we probably
Parallelly.
released this later.
Yes.
Could be, but because, you know, it was pretty challenging. But yes, Papena Pranam was the thing. Yeah.
How was working in Telugu films? You have done a lot of Telugu films also.
Yeah, sir. A lot of Telugu, a lot of Tamil films. And again, so here is the difference. So it's Tamil films have actual nativity. You know, Telugu films are big. One of the differences between Tamil and Telugu cinema is in Telugu, things are grand.
Canvas is big.
Canvas is not just canvas is bigger, sir. The characters are also larger than life.
Yes.
Okay, really. Whereas in Tamil cinema, yes, the hero will be larger than life, but all the other people are real people. You say,
Realistic touches.
I know this person. So there is that nativity and the realistic touches there. That is where I find a kind of a similarity between Tamil and Malayalam films. You know,
Yes.
really rooted some real kind of things. But again, Telugu films, I have had a ball working with some amazing directors, amazing scripts. Puri Jagannath is one of my absolute all-time favorites because, you know, I did some amazing roles with him, including quite a few. Pokri was one of them. And So again, so you know, when you as an actor, when you meet directors who give you a lot of scope, I've really enjoyed. Like for example, I've in Tamil, if you ask me, I've really enjoyed working with Dharani. Really enjoyed, and of course I did Gilly also with him.
You have done many
after
films.
Yes, and then I enjoyed working with Hari. Hari was amazing. Tamil. If I'm not mistaken, that is his first film.
Yes,
Hari's
with
first
Prashant.
film. Yes, yes. I was doing Tamil at that time, and I was also doing another film called Tamilan.
With Vijay.
Yes. So that was my first film with Vijay. So thereafter we did, I think we also did Bhagwati together. Of course, Gilly was there. And today, of course, Beast is releasing. You know what, sir? Today I'm going to watch Beast.
Oh, super.
Yes, 12 o'clock show. I'm pretty excited about this.
You have done couple of films with Vijay.
Yes, sir.
How was the experience in working with Vijay?
Quiet. Like this. Quiet. I do not remember him speaking. I'll not be able to hear him. It's like absolutely quiet. I was like, smile. Thorough professional.
Yes.
Quiet. So if you tell me one distinctive feature of Vijay is quiet. That?
But you will observe.
Oh, that's something. Just come. You do yes, sure. Okay, that's it. So I think that I've done 3 films with him, if I'm not mistaken. But you will know better. 3 or 4. I have to
But
check with you.
in those films, Gilly was
Oh, that
fantastic.
was fantastic.
Your portrayal was also in that film was different. It was not a regular villain type of thing. You just mixed up comedy and all. Everything was there in that.
Yeah.
The role itself is a pleasant role.
Father's role, Gilly
Yes.
was really nice and kind. That was again, I'm grateful to Dharani for having seen me in that way. I also remember a very different kind of film of mine, sir. It's called Malaikote.
Malaikote.
Yeah.
Bhupati Pandian.
Bhupati Pandian directed that film. And Vishal
Yes.
there. And that was the first time I did a comic role
Yes,
in
yes.
Tamil. That again,
With Urushi.
yes, that
She's
song.
one of the finest talent of South.
So once again, are you an encyclopedia or do you read the encyclopedia now? I'm very impressed, sir.
Thank you.
So here is something which again, I just want to bring to, over this 30 years that I've been in the film industry, I love work. I love to work, and
True.
for me, any day is a possibility of a work. So as I was shooting here in one of my first films, it was a Holi, remember Holi? And Giri sir was my manager there. So I remember I was going for my shoot, and I didn't see any Holi being played here. So I called him up and I said, sir, today is Holi. He said, oh sir, today is a holy day. I said, no sir, it is a holy day, but today is a festival called Holi. So over the years in my career, wherever I have moved to that place's festival, but there are certain other festivals which are being celebrated, which are not. What I really, when I saw you, so today was my day off and I was to leave for Mumbai today. And there were few other people who were to also, there was some interaction planned. They put in a regret saying that today they won't be able to. But sir was there, yes, I'm coming, finished. So I love your spirit, and as I was chatting with him even before the thing, the way you are active, it just is so inspiring. And I just love this, sir, really, because that's the motto of my life, to be really active, doing many things.
Thank you.
And wonderful, sir.
You did some Malayalam films also.
Yes,
What is the difference you feel among South Indian films, Malayalam, Telugu, Tamil and all?
So, obviously one is thing clear that, see, now all films are equal. You know why? Because now the entire world's market is available. But I'm just saying, just a few years back, everything was decided by the size of the state. Okay, the size of the population. So therefore, Kerala was the smallest. Okay, so there were films which were made on a lower budget. Okay, having said that, Malayalam films, the absolute ones which we all look up to, Chameen or Piravi and stuff like that. I mean, those are the films that I always, I grew up watching, and I said that I wanted to. And of course, on Doordarshan in Delhi, that's the only way we could have watched. But by the time I was doing some films. The films were very different. So my first film in Malayalam was a film called C.I.D. Musa. A film called C.I.D. Musa with Dilip, and then I did a film called Chess with him, and then I did a very interesting film with Amal Neerad. So I've worked with very different kind of directors, but I've done least films in Malayalam, sir. I've done, I think, 6 or 7 films.
Yes, comparatively it is lesser.
Yes, here I've done plus 70, 80 films each.
How come you did not get a chance to work with Kamal Hassan here?
Sir, I still don't know. I haven't had the opportunity. I was just blessed to have worked with Rajni sir in Baba. When Ippo Ramaswamy came. But
Still you remember the dialogue very well.
Yes, yes. So because you remember and then people remind you of those dialogues, which... so as an actor, sir, you're a traveler. You know, an actor is a traveler. An actor is... So yesterday I was in a conversation with a dear friend and something very beautiful was said. The line she said was that if something is destined, it will come to you.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
And I like the term. Something is destined, it will come to you. So I really think that all of us, everybody who's watching also, you know, we are like feathers. Okay? With a little bit of control. But rest is not in our control. So you move and you just hope that you keep floating and the right breeze comes and puts you up. Another very beautiful friend told me a very beautiful visual and I want to share with you. Because as you go through your professional life, especially when you are in front of many people, many times you fall. Okay, you will fall. And the best part about when you are well known is that others see you falling. All right. And my friend told me something beautiful and it stayed with me. He said, fall like a feather. So over the years, that's what I have trained myself into. That I know I'm a feather. I will move. I will float. I will choose a little direction and some other directions life will take me. And if I fall, I'll fall like a feather and again allow it to be. But I shall not be crumpled till one day I die.
Did you get the opportunity to interact with superstar Rajinikanth while you were working in Baba?
Yes. Yes. Amazing amount of conversations I had with him, sir. Because we are also shooting in Karnataka, near Mysore. And that was the time we were all staying in a very small lodge sort of a thing. And I really had the privilege of listening to him when he would just chat and I would just... And they were nearly one-to-ones. And I could just be with him. In fact, I'll tell you what a time it was, sir. This was time before selfies and all that. That time, some students of National School of Drama had come there for a play.
To meet him, eh?
No, they had just come down for a play.
Oh.
And I came to know them. So I said, why don't you come and meet Rajni, sir?
Oh.
So you can imagine how the world was. Now you can't imagine calling somebody, come, I'll get you to meet him. Can't do that.
Correct.
But they came and he sat, met everybody in the lodge, you know, met and everybody, we chatted. So they sometimes tell me, sir, that was not a time, we took photographs also, but we can never ever forget that you just called us in. And that is his greatness, that, you know, he was so completely, and he got me present to something amazing, sir. So by that time, I've worked with quite a few interesting people in different industries. And I remember when, after the shooting, you know, anyone else would keep it, he would just remove whatever his makeup, whatever, and he was absolutely fine. And I looked at him, and one thing which I got is that he didn't want to hide who he was. And so he was free.
Correct.
So years later, sir, I mean, that's something which stayed with me. I said that I will not live in a created image. So, you know, when I started vlogging, I said, I will express myself the way I am. I'll not hide what I look like.
Okay.
I'll not hide it. This is who I am. Can I be okay with who I am and play out into the world? So that was a huge learning from him, that I got that just because you're in films doesn't mean that you try to live up to what they think you should look like. So that was freedom for me.
Like Rajini, can you quote any nice interactions with any of the Hindi artists you have worked with?
Oh, yes. I've really been blessed, sir.
You worked with Amitabh also.
Yes, I've been absolutely blessed. I've worked with him in quite a few films, in 5, 6 films. And then right now also, we have one film which is releasing. There's no other word. Amazing. 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 The professional, the what age doesn't matter. Stature does not matter. He's giving you lines, he's doing a rehearsal with you, and then, I'm sorry, I think I forgot one line. I'm sorry I cut you before.
Oh.
Okay, well, like that. And for me, one side is behavior, and the other side is the professionalism at work. On time, bole to on time. If he used to step out, go to the van, I see him just asking the director and going out. It's unbelievable. So when you look at him, and when you are day in, day out working in a film, day in, day out, so we see biggest people around. But with Mr. Bachchan, you're just looking at him. You're just looking at him. And you're just looking at him. I have this silly smile on my face. I look at him. Look there. What do you do, sir? I'm not telling, I'm just telling him, what do you do, man? Just being so much there, and no wonder he works so hard. Not a single. So I remember years back we were doing this film called Major Sahab, and that was being shot in Pune. So he had this, this dress, costume, the particular wig, this dress, army, this thing, buttoned up till here. Whole night we used to be shooting the thing.
Oh.
He used to be sitting, not after the shot, opening a button and sitting like that, taking nothing. Sit like that, shot ready, part, he would get up, shot ready again. He was the producer also of the film.
Fantastic.
Always, just that. Even today when I see him, when they call him for the shot, he just comes. When the director is speaking, he's got to say, yeah.
Oh.
So.
Great.
So, so when you look at him, there is no other word. I will not call it a fan moment. It is just, you just say, wow.
Yes.
And it's something and the best part about such behavior is that you are inspired to take that on yourself. Many people take on the bad behavior of actors. Mr. Bachchan inspires you to take on the good one. Somebody who's being on time, somebody who's courteous, somebody who's, a high-grade professional. Okay, so he's something else, absolutely.
Now you have worked so many films. In your earlier days, how comfortable you were in shooting spot?
I love working, sir. And except that I'm, like you and I are chatting. I love to chat, but I don't have, I love to work, but I don't like to party.
Oh.
So, because I'm not an evening person. I wake up at 4:45.
Oh.
Yeah, and I go to sleep by 9 p.m., 9:30.
This is your regular routine.
Yeah. So at the shoots, I love to be on time. Again, a background of theatre. I love to be on time, not just at the shoot. When they call me for the shot, when they say shot ready, by the time they say shot re, I'm out. And my associate, Jayaprakash or Umesh, if I'm talking to you, I'm just sitting here talking to you, an associate has come and said, sir, shot ready. I'm talking to you, I'm mid-sentence. They just come here, sir. I say, sir, they're calling. So make sure. So that's what I love, because it's the privilege of acting, sir, privilege of work. And for me, that is never lost, because I've never forgotten the time that I did not have work. Okay, I had never forgotten the time that how much I wanted work, the hunger to work. So now that I have it, I make the most of it. And the second thing which I very firmly believe in is that if you have work, if you have the opportunity, then give it fully. Don't just already. It's like hit it hard. Do it with passion. And I genuinely feel that passion is for free. Okay, your passion, you can give it for free. So when you're there, and so I have this habit, whenever I'm ready for the take, like when they're ready, so I just move from here. I say, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go for it, sir. Let's go for it. So people say, what happened? I said, I have to psych myself up, and the entire unit is there. Let's go for it, sir. Let's give it. Let's go and tell this story. So for me, that is cinema. Cinema which is reaching billions of people. So it's an opportunity when you get to play a role, do something extra. Don't throw your weight around during shooting. Why, yeah? I mean, you're famous, okay, people are kind to you, but in the unit, be a support to your co-actor, to your director, to your camera person. Be on your mark. Make sure, because the cameraman and the trolley person is also trying their best. So if you're seeing that the camera is coming a little slow, you slow yourself down. So it's cinema is to do with people coming together to tell an amazing story. And I love that. I really love that. So across cultures as I work, the joy of creating an amazing story where people will say, wow, that inspires me.
You regularly watch films?
Okay, sir, I don't watch films.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't watch films. I spend a lot of time reading stuff. I watch a lot of documentaries. I don't watch fiction. I don't watch, I have not even watched too many of my own films.
Oh.
Very few films I have watched. I've watched films that are very far from me. Not very far from me. Some Hollywood films, some French films, films which are very far from me. But close by films, I don't know. I've watched a few. That's what I'm saying, that today I'm very excited. I'm going to watch Beast. And I just want to capture the atmosphere. When I started vlogging, there's something very interesting happened for me. I discovered that I got an opportunity to tell people the things that I really enjoy. And what do I enjoy? I enjoy chatting with people. I enjoy eating with people.
Yes.
I enjoy seeing the world from their eyes. Okay?
I have seen some of your vlogs. It's quite interesting, no doubt.
Thank you.
Your tour in Kerala, your tour in Tamil Nadu, everything is very, very, very good. Very interesting.
Because for me, sir, everybody is trying to create a big story. They are trying to show that we are in Maldives. They are trying to show we are in Lamborghini. I got a Lamborghini, and then people are in. So everybody feels that till I get the Lamborghini, I can be unhappy. Till I go to that amazing destination, I'm unhappy. What I'm trying to tell through my vlogs, and which I believe in, is that the amazing is in this moment. The extraordinary is in this dress which has no company written on it. Okay? Just can you be and be amazing in that? And so I believe in inspired living. As I told you that today I'm meeting you for the first time, sir. But as I was chatting with you, I could get your commitment towards your work. And that's what inspires me. And this is something which inspires me because I'm going to learn something from it. I'm going to take away something. I'm going to be a better person today than I was yesterday. So let us not create aspirations. We are 100 crores, 300 crores. With what you have. While you are having that Ramaseri Idli, or that breakfast at Rayar's, or that biryani there, can you enjoy this moment with what you have? Or the Tair Sadam you are having at home. Can you enjoy that? And that's what I'm enjoying and sharing with people.
You have acted as a powerful villain in a lot of films.
Yes, sir.
Who is your favorite villain?
I'll tell you who are my favorite actors. Raghuvaran sir is definitely, yes.
Great.
I love Prakash Raj. What an amazing actor he is. He's done quite a few, so many. If I look worldwide, then Dustin Hoffman really inspires me. De Niro is my absolute favorite. Robert De Niro, and the way he performs, the way he holds a character. It could be anything. Jack Nicholson with his madness inspires me. So, yeah, different people, different characters, they inspire me, yes.
Which Raghuvaran film inspired you very much?
I could talk of many, but at least one which, Shiva. He was there in Shiva, right?
Yes, yes.
That performance, that scare. I was introduced to him from Shiva when he kind of came in that thing, his baritone, his eyes, and how he would just carry himself. So, yeah, but also what happens is over the years, there need not have been a single film which inspires. But you look at the character, you look at
That's
the
right.
graph
That's right.
of an actor, and you say, "Wow!" See, you need to be a little crazy, when you're an actor. And I think that's what I love about Jack Nicholson, that craziness that he brings to his performances, and a bit of that is in him, which comes out. And so, yeah, I find that interesting.
When a director describes about your role, how will you get prepared for that role?
So this is an interesting one, sir. I've discovered that when you want to do many different roles, as an actor, you have a limited way of thinking. You may be very experienced, but still, so I may have that much experience, then that much experience, but still it is this much, okay? All this is not there. So what a director does is that the director thinks for you. The director is thinking for you. So over the years, I have noticed I enjoy being sculpted by a director.
Oh,
So I come as a raw stone, okay, and I have my I have in a particular way, but the rest of it. So I'll kind of come and say that now the director say, can we try this? Can we do this? Now I'm allowing that director to sculpt me, make the changes. And the best part is when you can allow to do that, people will say, "Oh, that was different, yeah." Because you allowed a new director, and it could be a first-time director. It could be a guy who's done 30 films. But when you allow somebody else to sculpt you, something interesting happens, and I enjoy that.
directors handling the actors of different ways.
Yeah,
Certain directors will teach you and act what they want.
yeah.
Certain directors will allow you to act, and then they will just suggest you some of the corrections. What is the way you like?
The second one, sir, obviously, that you like, you want some freedom, and you understand. And once you do it, then the director says, "Can we have this? Can we have this? Oh, you can do that." That's always welcome when the director takes you in for your talent, for your abilities, and then improves it. Though at times I have met in my career, earlier career definitely, some people who will want to teach you how to act, and that's also open. But I'll tell you a funny incident. So some years back I was doing this film, so I will not even name the language, otherwise they will find out, but I'll tell you what we did. This is a joke.
Something like Kissu Kissu State.
Okay. So what happened is that the director, I walk into a set. First of all, he's called me. "I want you for this role." I said, "Fantastic, interesting role, I come to do it." So suddenly in front of the unit, it says, "Ashish Vidyarthi, you're a national award winning actor." So suddenly he's saying in front of me, I said, "Yes, sir. I'm a national award winning director." I said, "Sir, in this film, you will not do what you do. You will do what I want you to do." So I'm suddenly seeing what is happening. So I don't like argument. I said, "Surely, sir, absolutely. So I will tell you what to do, and then you will do it." Now people around me are looking at me, what's happening? So I said, "Now I have signed the film. At least 32 days I'm going to shoot with him. Okay, I'm not going to struggle." So I said, "Absolutely right." So he said, "Now," picked up the thing, da-da-da-da, and he said, "I want you to do this." I said, "Fantastic, sir." I sat here. I said, "Sir, do it once more." Do it once. I said, "Friend." Then I did it. Very good. Superb. Next shot comes. He takes the scene. Okay. Now I will, again. So you will do like this. I said, "Once more, sir." This thing. I said, "Thank you, sir." I said, "Now I do that shot." Third shot, the scene comes. I said, "Sir, please do it once." "No, you have understood." I said, "No, sir, I want you to do it." So that entire day, I made him do the thing. And then I would say, "Sir, once more, sir, you just once more show it." So he would once more show.
You made him tired.
And then by the lunchtime, he'll say, "Ashish, now you got the character, okay?"
Oh.
So, So now you got it. I said, thank you, sir. So, this is right at the beginning of my career. Now, if I'd fought with him, I said, you show me what to do, I'll do it.
Super.
Because, because what the funny thing also happens, that remember, acting is something which is everybody likes to do. So some directors, and there are not many, sir. To be honest, there are not many. I've met many directors who are very clear what they want. But they won't enact you and show. They will just tell you, don't do this. Now you may struggle, sir, this is like, no, I want you to do this. I love that because they are pushing you.
Yes.
They are pushing you. But certain directors who actually want to be actors, so they act. So best is don't resist, ask them to do it, ask them to do it 5 times, 10 times, and then they will say, you got the character.
Which one is the critical moment in your career, you will say?
So many critical moments. So for an actor, there is at one end is the artistic journey. The other end is the monetary journey.
Correct.
Okay, we should never forget that. And sometimes we actors don't mention it. So many people ask that, why do you choose a role? Then people say, I choose the role because of the layers. I choose the role because of the director. Actors don't say we do it for the money because we feel very odd. But we have to bring food onto the table, or we want to, have money to do things. So we do it for money. So initially, very clearly, it was about just making sure that you can get food on the table. Okay, very clearly. Over a period of time, it has now become something about how you want to live your life, what you want to express through your characters. So thankfully, I have reached a very interesting stage where I'm choosing to do some interesting stuff. And I very respectfully tell my dear directors and writers, I say, listen, I have a lot of roles left in me. You've asked me to do certain roles, I've probably done it well. But now, allow me to do some central roles in which I can do some, that amazing thing. So I think I have retained that hunger. So a critical part for me is, of course, the point at which I had to do to pay the rent, to the point that I had to do to pay the fees, to the point that I want to do work which allows me to express myself as an actor. And that is a lifelong quest, sir. So when you keep looking and you look at each role and you say, wow, I would love to do another amazing role. So I think that passion keeps me alive and it keeps me going each day.
In Tamil, you have worked with one another fantastic actor was Dhanush.
Yes. Uttam Putran. Yes.
And Anegan also you did.
Anegan, yes.
How was that?
Again, till this one moment, he's just somebody who's standing and suddenly he just comes in. It's not like somebody, he just kind of just comes
Very
there,
casual.
And tatak, when that moment comes, something happens. So, over the years I've discovered that in performance there's something called electricity. When something happens. And that is very deep inside. You can't create it, you can't make it. It is there or not there. And Dhanush has that. Just the moment he just, that smile of him, I still recall, that something happens. And so I have very fond memories. I think we're shooting in we're shooting in Palani.
That Uttama Putran.
Yeah, shooting in Palani, and that was an amazing memory. That entire location and the journey, it was lovely. And the distance we could see those large, those wheels, what are they called? The solar, the hydel, where they generate electricity with those fans.
Yes.
And that entire thing, outside as you step out, there's that thing, Amazing memories, sir. You're bringing them back. Thank you.
Did you get the chance to see some of his recent films like Suran, Karnan and all?
Sir, as I told you, I don't.
You are not.
Even these films that I've worked in, I've seen only in bits and parts, sir. Yes.
You have worked in so many languages.
Yeah.
If I'm right, you have worked in 11 languages.
That's right.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
But you are familiar only with 3 languages, that is one Bengali, one Hindi and English.
Yes, sir.
How you manage all these other languages and in which language you are comfortable?
So I'll share an interesting anecdote. So as when you work in a different language and you don't know the language, say, I would suddenly ask, sorry, what do you call water? So, if you know English, you'll say it's water here. If you know Hindi, you'll say pani here. Tamil, you'll say tani here. But when you're starting, you don't know any of the words. So what I mean to give an example that I would just ask very simple word meanings, and people say, "Arey, what is he asking? He doesn't even know this." But I come from a different culture, So when I moved to different cultures, I had to learn from basic. But again, there was a generosity of my co-actors. Okay, generosity of the directors who allowed me to kind of grow. So a funny thing happened. A few years later, I remember there was this wonderful Telugu actor that I had done many films with him. He and I were doing a Kannada film. So he comes to me on date. I joined, he had joined 5 days before that. I walk in, he comes and he hugs me. He says, "Sir," I said, "What happened?" He said, "Sir, now I know how you are struggling with that language. Now I understand your struggle." I said, "Listen, I want to tell you, since I don't know any of the languages, all are same for me." So,
let it be Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, same.
So you come in with that much preparation. You come in with that much submission. You come in with that much alertness that I got to do a great day's work today. So I've been blessed, sir, that I can't sleepwalk through a day at work. I have to put in that thing. I work with my associate directors when they are prompting me. Much before that, I've worked on the scenes with them. I've made the pauses. I've understood the words, and I'll suddenly ask them what happened just before that. So I have to add meat. I can't take it for granted, and therefore I love it.
In Tamil, you have acted with one another top hero, that is Ajit.
Yes. Again, he was, somebody who was, it was a film with Gautam Menon. So anybody who's there's a reason for that. Never ever.
Yes.
So I always tell people, don't discuss successful people with me.
Correct.
Because, we try to pull down everybody. That's, it's a lovely pastime, It can be anything, not just film actors. Steve Jobs, you heard of him? His problem was, what do you mean his problem was?
If he reaches that height, means there should be something.
There is something, sir. Nobody does a favor by putting people up.
Correct.
They have done something. So that is true of all the amazing people that I've worked with. And not just, I'm not just talking of, and I can individually see, I'll tell you an amazing memory with Ajit. It was years back. And I was shooting recently with Tabu for a film with Vishal Bharadwaj. We got chatting and I said, "Tabu, do you remember?" So we were doing a film with Casey Bukadia, Tabu and I, and we were shooting at, here there used to be this bungalow, Kushaldas Garden.
Kushaldas Garden.
I think now
it is not existing.
It's not existing,
yes,
okay?
Yes.
That bungalow was there, right? So we were shooting for that film there, and Ajit came down to meet her. And this was, I think, 97 or 96. And she introduced me. She says, "Ajit does some wonderful work." And I said, that time I had not seen, and I said, "Hello." And that evening he invited us to watch his film Wali.
Oh.
He had a double role in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Directed by S.J. Surya.
Okay, yeah. So I went and watched Wali, and it was a private screening. I was blown.
Extraordinary film.
It was an extraordinary film. So I was chatting with Tabu only last month. I said, I first met Ajit then, and of course later on I got to do it. Just to also share with you, sir, this month they had offered me a role with Ajit, but 2 days, their 2 critical days I could not give because they were offered.
Bonnie Kapoor's film,
I don't know, sir. Something is being shot now.
Yes.
Okay, but I had 2 days overlapping with another Hindi project of mine.
Oh.
That is with Rana Daggubati.
Oh.
So I could not say, so I missed doing that film otherwise. But yes, so amazing, and I remember that time he used to share with me that he loved to, of course, drive and also fly, I think he was interested in some sort of flight thing, and of course, bike thing was also
he is
there.
very fond in driving everything, bike or car or aircraft, everything.
Yeah, aircraft. That was very interesting. And some toy things he used to fly. And I remember that conversation with him years back. So I have very non-film conversations with people. So with Venkatesh Garu also, whenever I get to meet him, we chat. We don't talk films. We talk about life. And so I've had amazing. Venkatesh Garu is another person with whom I've learned a lot. He introduced me to Advait. He spoke to me about it. And so we are right now doing a project together, and we got back into the conversation. So yeah, I'm very, very blessed, sir. I'm really blessed that I meet some amazing people in my life.
You have moved with a lot of heroes and have a lot of interactions with the heroes. Do you have opportunity to have interaction with the heroines like that?
I never had too many, interactions with them as such. I'm just trying to recall heroines. Not many, but a lot of, what you would call character actors I have great regard. Nasser is one of them. And I have many interesting tales about him, sir. I've learnt a lot from him. I've learnt the gentleness from him. I've observed that gentleness in him. And many years back, I think we are doing a film. I don't recall which film. So we are driving from here to that small town, and overnight we were driving. And we had stopped at a tea stall. And I was absolutely new. Was it Tamilan or something maybe? And I stopped there, and I was very new to Tamil culture. And we are having tea in the morning, and I saw somebody coming and talking to him, and they were talking this way. And because in North, when you meet an actor, people do this, but here they were keeping the distance and that reverence. And so Nasser is somebody whom I have deep regard for, deep respect for. Somebody, so we also spoke a few months back. We were at some online event together. So we are chatting. Again, a lovely, lovely human being, yes.
In Tamil screen, who are your best friends?
I know very few film people, sir. I can say that Nasser is somebody, is a dear friend. Then I have Janki Sabesh, who played my wife.
Played as your wife in
Gilly. She's a dear friend. So day before yesterday also we were out and we had breakfast together. In fact, Janki's daughter Dhwani, she was a tiny girl that time, and I remember I gifted her a book. Janki was remembering, she was telling, and Janki gifted a book to my son, who was probably 2 years old then. And 2 months back, Dhwani's marriage was there in Bangalore. And it was a funny incident happened that. So Janki had just informed me, look, the COVID, this wedding is there in Bangalore. She sent an invite also. So I didn't tell her, but I reached Bangalore on that day.
Super.
And so tomorrow was the wedding. I reached Bangalore and I just casually called her. I said, hi Janki, how are you? Hello, Ashish. I said, so how was the wedding? She said, no, the wedding is tomorrow, no? I said, okay, wedding is tomorrow. Okay. And I thought it was last week or something. No, I said, the wedding is tomorrow. I said, okay. So, is it hot in Chennai? She said, Ashish, the wedding is in Bangalore. We are in Bangalore. I said, oh, okay. Oh, it's in Bangalore. I said, okay. Ashish, did you not read it in the invitation? So I said, sorry, did you send me an invite? And I did all that. Yeah. Oh, Sashi, I'll talk to you tomorrow after this. I said, yeah, sure. Okay, chalo, all the best. Huh? Take care. And then I reached the wedding. So I was in the city and I met them. It was amazing. And I said, how was he feeling? She said, I was feeling this thing that she doesn't even remember this. So again, Janki is somebody, she's a storyteller, and I connect with her in the sense of, she's also excited. She wants to do many things with her life. For me, these are the kind of things that matter a lot. That how excited are you about life? How much value do you want to add to others, or do you only want to live for your own adulation? Somebody is star, sir, we'll become star, and we only talk about ourselves. We as actors have had a lot of privilege.
How did you spend your time in the COVID period, around 2 years?
I spend a lot of time. So I do what are known as motivational talks, sir. We have a company called Ashish Vidyarthi and Associates. We are known as Avid Miner. So you can check out avidminer.com also. So through that, over the last 10 years, I've been doing a lot of motivational talks for organizations all over. So this entire period I was doing online workshops. So I used to do online talks for organizations, and then thrice a week I used to do possibility conversations on Facebook and LinkedIn, just so that people can see hope. Okay, rather than discussing what is bad, what is wrong, what should not have been there, what is unkind, I used to chat about what is possible, how you can nurture yourself, how you can make the most of this opportunity. So that other YouTube channel of mine, which is called Ashish Vidyarthi Official, it has all the videos on motivation. I speak about life, I speak about relationships. And a key part, sir, one has to get is that none of us is perfect. There is no one who does not go through issues and problems. So I'm not a master, but I walk this path. So there'll be parts that you and I will slip and we'll get up. And there are times that we will run, and there are times we will get tired, but it's okay. So as long as we can make the most of this life, as long as we can add more life to others, that's a privilege. And that's what I talk about in my work.
Your another good friend in Tamil cinema is Arjun, right?
Yes. Oh, again, somebody who loves food. Very good with body. So with him, I have spent a lot of time.
Yes.
You know, I've gone to his house and he's given me some amazing food. And we also went to his farm that time was being built. And I think he was building a Shiva statue. I don't know.
No, Hanuman.
Hanuman statue. That's right. That's right.
Now only he has completed the
He's
temple.
completed it. So many
Very
years
nice
back.
temple is
Oh,
made.
so many years back it was being constructed.
Next time you visit, you just
Yes,
visit
yes. So in fact, with Arjun, they had such a wonderful thing. I'll share that with you. We were shooting, and I had done many films with him.
Yes.
I've done the maximum number of films, including, I'm just trying to recall, Mallikarjun, was it? In which he directed, was it Mallikarjun?
Which one? Yelumalai.
Yelumalai. That's right, Yelumalai. And he directed me. So I had an amazing time with him. You know, again, full of energy, you know, life and conversations. So we were shooting in Ramoji Film City many years back. We were shooting, and one day he walked to me and said, "Ashish, you want to meet Mr. Ramoji Rao?" I said, "Yeah, I would love to meet him." So we landed up. He said, "We got a 20 minutes thing. We'll meet him." I said, "Come." So our shooting was over. We sat there, and he had given us 20 minutes. Would you believe it? Ramoji Rao sir sitting on the other side of the table, Arjun and I am sitting here, chatted. We chatted for 1.5 hours.
Huh.
It was amazing. And just to share with you, at that moment, when I saw Mr. Ramoji Rao, the way he spoke to both of us, he spoke of his diary. You know, there's a very interesting diary that he has, which has got different color highlights.
Yes.
Okay? I saw
They
it for the first
regularly print that diary.
yeah. So and it would be kept. And I asked him, "Sir, what is that?" And he said, "You know, I have a diary like this here also." He opened it. And he said, "Anywhere I have a thought, I have many different businesses, I write that thought and color it. So it moves from one diary to another diary to another diary. And when it reaches this diary, it gets done."
Oh.
And he was sharing how he thought of the Telugu Desam Party. You know, it was a wonderful experience just listening to him about what he thought was the future of the country. Why only Ramoji Film City has his name. None of his other businesses has his name. He shared with me.
Yes.
So it was lovely. So I feel really blessed, sir, that I meet amazing people and they share their amazing worlds with me. So my way of giving it forward is that I create amazing memories with people. And so I'm just grateful that even today that I'm sitting and chatting with you.
In the roles you have enacted, which character was very tough to perform?
Each character, I tell you, when you walk into the set, that the thing brings out its thing. But I'll tell you one character which I distinctly remember I was challenged with was a film called, I think, Ega. It was called Ega. No, not
E.
E. It was just called E.
Yes.
Yeah, E. So Jana's film, of course, we lost Jana last year, 2 years back. So again, that was, Jana was amazing. And so Jana is one director with whom I kept in touch. I used to come and visit him. He used to have just one small room.
Very fine gentleman.
Just with one veshti, no shirt, he's sitting, chatting. I used to sit and chat with him. A lovely, lovely human. It was like a commune living he had. His assistants all staying here, there, everywhere. So that was wonderful. So Jana, so that film I remember, it was on how medicines are tested. Yes, it was challenging to make that character real. So yes, there are characters, quite a few.
Do you think that the character artists are paid properly?
Sir, this is a commercial industry. Remember one thing. You are paid only according to what they think you should be paid. Okay? So you should never ever confuse your worth with what they pay you. Okay? So that's a sense of that. So I've always felt that in whichever field, I'm not just talking about films, in any field that you are in, if you up your level and you become so good that you're irreplaceable, you will get your prize. Okay, so you should not be scared about it. And life never said it is going to be fair. Life never said it's going to be fair. Life is the way it is. And so I am a huge believer in making the most of what you have rather than thinking of what you could have had. And there's a reason for that. We say, I should have had that. I could have had that. We are only saying this. We never say that I could have also had that, had reached there. So mind plays tricks with us. It tells us that my situation is not good. I don't believe in that. I really believe that this is the moment. So, in that same way, I use this GoPro, and as I was sharing with you. So when I tell my stories, I get into the story. Is it ideal? I don't know. But this is how it is. So life is happening like this, sir. It is happening inside of us. It is moving here, there. It is capturing other things. But can you use this moment in a beautiful way rather than waiting for the right moment? So, when I started telling my stories on the vlog, I started using this kind of a device.
Super.
And I said that I may not have a camera like this when I'm traveling around.
Correct.
But I can have this. So it's a bit like, what do you do with what you have rather than waiting for something to do something? So therefore, I never look at life as that life is unfair, because life never said it's going to be fair. Life just said we are like this. So, I enjoy telling stories like this, of making this life amazing with what you have.
What is the challenge in common actors face?
Work. It boils down to work, sir. People talk of many things. I say that it boils down to work. In the life of anyone, not just actors, as a journalist, as a technician, all of us need work. Okay? Even the super successful need work. You know why? What do they do in the day? Otherwise they'll get bored. So in life, what people have to create is an opportunity for themselves. The other thing I believe in is, don't discuss others.
Correct.
Create your life. It's a conversation that we had. I call it a player conversation. Don't be a spectator and discuss others. Be a player. Play your game.
Correct.
And once you are a player, when two players are talking, we are talking how we face that bouncer. We are talking how we faced that time when we were giving ducks, okay, when it was not working out. That's a player conversation. A spectator talks about others. So I invite people, anyone, any profession, work on yourself. I cannot work to make you bad, sir, but I can definitely work to make me better.
Sure.
So as you improve yourself, you are somebody who's wanted by others. And so therefore the game is of self-growth. And the more you grow, now with that growth, if you add value to others, that's when you are amazing.
For any actor, at one time, the spading and the going without proper films is inevitable.
Absolutely.
How an actor should face that situation?
So this was a time when landline used to be there. That was the phone. So people would call you at home. And you pick up the phone. Hello? Suddenly say, no shooting today? Okay. Shooting cancelled? So, or if somebody says no shooting, no. Shooting cancelled. So I became free when I could pick up the phone and then somebody says, hi Ashish, Arey, you're home? Shooting cancelled? I'll say, no yaar, no shooting. Oh, okay, today off. I say, not today off. No shooting. Come on Ashish. No yaar. No shooting. No shooting for next 15 days. No shooting for next 10 days. Or no shooting for 1 month. Or no shooting. No, I don't have any film. Come on, yaar. I said, no shooting. Okay. So once you can speak the truth,
Super.
it sets you free.
Super.
We try to lie.
Super.
When you lie, you'll need to have memory.
Yes.
We need to have memory.
Yes.
And the best part,
Very
sir,
cautious.
Very cautious. And secondly, sir, have you met diplomatic people?
So many.
Sir, yes, yesterday I was talking about you, sir. Sir, you're talking about sir yesterday. And you say, yeah. Huh? So you know diplomatic people. Did the diplomatic person want you to know that he was being diplomatic? No. He was trying to lie, but the lie is found out. Therefore, cut it out. If you don't have work, say I don't have work. And it's completely okay. Because all of us, be it actors, singers, any person who's self-employed, our work is to get the work and then do it. So don't be embarrassed if you do not have work. Have the hunger to get the work.
Super.
And when you get the work,
Do it properly.
well. So I always say that an actor gets paid not just for working. So I'll tell you an interesting thing. All of you self-employed people, if you get 100 rupees, okay, just give me a figure, 100 rupees for a day of work, you're getting 10 rupees, that's how I see it. I get 10 rupees for that day's work. Okay? 50 rupees for waiting. 40 rupees to get the money. So now I'm happy. So when you make that phone call, sir, check has not come, sir, that's 40 rupees, part of it. Don't be upset. That day you are waiting, no work, 50 rupees per day is for your not working days. So after that you put your head, okay, I am getting paid 10 rupees for that. The rest of all that is for waiting, getting the money, reaching out to people. So then you feel grateful that every day, even when you are not working, you are in the business of your work. So never undermine yourself. You cannot throw yourself out and call yourself a loser when you don't have work. No. You are an amazing human being who's not working today. And you are that same amazing human being who's working that day. So don't let anybody put you up. Don't let anybody put you down. So the day you tell the truth to people, you are free.
After a long gap, you have come here to work in a Tamil film again.
Very long time, sir. Very long time. You know what? In this entire period, I had no Tamil films. So I had no Tamil films. I did one film with Amla Paul, which is yet to be released, which is a very, very nice film. But since then, to be honest again, quite a few offerings of the 3-day roles, 4-day roles, special appearance. I said no. I now want to do, if I'm doing Tamil films, which I love doing, I want to do central roles. I want roles which are pivotal.
Super.
And so it's a waiting game. You're waiting. You're alive as an actor, and you're looking for some interesting work, and so be proud of it.
Now you have come here to work with Jayam Ravi and Nayanthara again.
Yes. I cannot talk about that film right now. I've been told specifically.
I don't want you to reveal any character.
Yeah. But it was wonderful.
Working with Jayam Ravi.
Yes. I've just worked with Ravi, and for the first time we had the combination. I loved it. Again, passionate. I told him that a lot of people have those kind of eyes, but that passion that comes out is evident. I had an amazing time working with Ahmed, the director of that film. Again, wow, what detailing. And Hari, of course, who's the camera person, I know him. I just completed a Hindi film with him called Tejas. So he's again a painter. And Sudan, of course, is a fantastic producer. The kind of work that he's doing, different kinds of work. So I'm happy that I'm meeting new people. I'm happy that I'm letting new people are coming to know about the quality of work that I do. So I'm excited about that, yes.
With so much of experience in cinema,
Yeah.
do you have any idea of directing films?
So I have realized that I do not have the capability to hold on to a thought for so long. You know, filmmaking is not an overnight job. It's a years long thing. So I don't have that emotional stamina, but I love to tell stories, and that is why I started Ashish Vidyarthi Actor Vlogs. That I will tell stories of my life. I will tell stories of people who come into my life. So, so what you see in those vlogs is essentially directed by me, how I travel and how we tell a tale of the things that I have. I have a very young, editor, Swapnil Sonavane, 25-year-old boy. So he's 25, I'm 56, okay? And together we are telling tales, telling stories of how life is happening. Simple lives are happening. And it's a documentary, come, it's a vlog, come, it's a discovery of people, culture, food. I love food. So all that is coming together. So I'm really enjoying making those vlogs.
As an actor, how will you rate Ashish Vidyarthi?
Okay, so I am so hard on myself that after a shot, I don't even go to the monitor. If I go to the monitor, I do all that. So I'm continuously struggling to get amazing takes. My struggle is to do amazing work. Okay, I just don't like an okay. I love it when people say, "Oh, yeah." So that's my struggle. So I cannot rate myself, but I can definitely rate my hunger. I'm very hungry to do amazing roles. So many people make fun of me and say, "Abhi bhi laga hua hai, still at it." You know what I tell them? Yes. Yes, I'm still at it, still hungry, still wanting to do amazing roles.
Among the roles you have played so far, which inspires you very much?
There's one Hindi film I want to talk about. It's a film which has not reached too many people. They didn't have the money to put it out. It's a film called Bollywood Diaries. Bollywood Diaries is about somebody who dreams to be an actor. And you can watch it online. It's a film which pushes the limits of what people can do to fulfill dreams. It was made by a very young director, sir. His name was K.D. Satyam, and we lost him. He died too young. But it's a film which is very close to my heart because it is about belief. Many people give up on their dreams. Okay, they say, dreams. And I believe that you must keep dreaming. And one of the things that I do, I'll love to share with you is that all my awake hours, if awake hours are 100, like 100%, then 10% of the time, awake time, I dream. I wake up in the morning and I dream. Dream is not planned. Dream is dream. Wow, what I want to do. 30% of the time, I go out and earn a living. 30% of the time, I go about talking about my work to others so that I get more work. And 30% of the time, I go about expanding myself, increasing my own capabilities. So that's what I share with the people. Dream, go and earn a living. Let people know the kind of work that you're doing. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed to ask for work. And the final part is grow yourself. Personally grow yourself, whatever that you're doing. Because when you grow yourself, that's when people will want you.
Nowadays, actors have different channels to work. That is like web series and all have come now.
I love it. Some amazing roles are coming my way, and I can speak for myself, I can speak for other directors, other actors also, and other technicians, other directors, web series. So at this very moment, I just completed a fantastic film of mine is released. Again, that's a film which is very close to me. It's called Kaun Praveen Tambe. It is again running here in Tamil, Telugu and Hindi also. on Disney Hotstar. It's a role. It's a film on Praveen Tambe, the cricketer, who came into IPL very late in life, and I'm playing the role of the coach, and people have loved the performance. And such a joy to work with that set of people. Sudeep, who's so passionate about making films on sports. Jayaprad, the director, who's made that film against tremendous odds, and Shreyas, what a performance he's given as Praveen Tambe. So that is on. Then another show of ours which is running is Rudra with Ajay Devgan. And then there's Raktanchal 2, which is so very, very different roles. I also did a comedy recently, which is doing quite well. It's a project called Sunflower.
Oh, super.
So different kinds of roles are happening. Also, a very interesting Telugu film is coming, sir. Hopefully soon. It's called Writer Padma Bhushan. So that's again a quasi-comedy and very interesting film. And Rohini Garu she's done an amazing role in that. And what a role she's done in that. And she's got a fantastic role in that. Oof, what a role. And I had the privilege of meeting her, getting to know her, and acting along with her. It was a lovely, lovely experience. So this entire period has been one in which there has been I have discovered more ways to become a better version of me. And yes, it's been challenging. Life is never without challenges. But rather than just talk about challenges, talk about what you can create, and that's what I'm enjoying in this period.
In total, how many Tamil films would have seen?
So I have seen very few films, not just Tamil. I think very, very few films I have seen.
Among those few films, which you remember very much?
Okay, sir. I will tell you one film. I told you about Wali. Kamal sir directed a film, Independence, something like that.
Hey Ram?
Hey Ram. Oh, what a film. And I remember, I was staying in GIT, there was a trial, and I went and saw it. And that is the only time I spoke to Kamal sir.
Oh, super.
Okay, that's why I remember. I was sitting in the room and I requested someone that may I speak to him? And they got me his number. I don't remember, he called me or I called. And we spoke.
Oh, fine.
And I told him, I said, sir, to have the vision to make a film like that, to dare to make a film like that. So, yes, I do remember that film, yes.
Thank you. Very nice talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
On behalf of our touring Talkies fans.
Thank you so very much for, being on this channel, and you're doing some amazing work, sir. You've reinvented yourself again and again, and I'm very inspired. So thank you for being here during this interview and supporting sir's channel. Best wishes. And if you get time, do have a look at my YouTube channel. It's called Ashish Vidyarthi Active Vlogs. Thank you so very much. Have an amazing, amazing life ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
பரபரப்பான சினிமா செய்திகள், நட்சத்திரங்களின் பேட்டிகள், சினிமா வரலாறு ஆகியவற்றை பார்க்கவும் படிக்கவும் உங்களுக்கான இணையதளம் tourantalkies.co.